everybody, and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast, where we talk all things Dream Team, helping you to win your mini leagues. Before we start, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and notch the bell. Make sure you get notified every time a new podcast lands. If you do want more content, or just to show your support for the Dream Team Tonic lads, head over to patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic. The link is in the description below. We offer access to an amazing Discord, exclusive articles, fixture easies, live question and answers, and much more, all to help you improve you as a Dream Team manager. Without further ado, I hand you over to me, Tony, for today's podcast. Enjoy, and thanks for your support. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dream Team Tonic podcast. Here I am, Tony, and with me this week is Ben. You there, mate?
Hello, mate. You all right?
All good, mate.
Good.
Nice and fresh. Looking nice and fresh, mate.
Yeah. Been off work for a couple of days now. Happy with the old bank holiday. Going back tomorrow, though. It's flew by.
It has. Can't go wrong with a 4-day weekend, though. Apart from we had to delay the pod for a week just in case my barbecue got out of hand yesterday. We didn't want another Matt Woolley special, did we not?
Oh, yeah. You went to barbecue, did you, then? I knew you were getting on it yesterday, like.
Well, BBC weather told me it was sunshine all day, so...
Did you have a barbecue at your house?
Yeah, barbecue. We came in about 4:30, though. But just in time for the Liverpool-Arsenal game. It was getting a bit nippy. The storm was setting in. Because now it's all rains and 60, 70 mile an hour winds. But yeah, never get a chance in this country, do you, to have a bit of a nice weekend. So yeah, we delayed the pod for a day just to make sure that there wasn't any repeat of me stumbling through. So anyway, welcome everybody. Everybody who's listening now is usually avid listeners because there's a lot of people that are just giving up on the game. We're getting late into the season. Business end, proper business end now. We've got, 2 months, 10 transfers, or for some people, 5 transfers because they've already spoke 5 by the time they hear this. Yeah. It's tricky, but it's the most exciting bit of the season. So, Ben, how did you do, mate?
Yeah, let's have a look. I think I got 52 points this week. Yeah, not too bad. So I did 3 transfers. I brought in Haaland for Tony, Mahrez for Saka, and Nathan Ake for Shaw. This team's chasing, so I decided to bring in Ake just because it's chasing. It's quite far behind. It's 8.7k now. It was 8.9 when I was on the DT Professor podcast the other day. So it's gone up 200.
Hey.
In my best team, I kept Shaw because I wanted him back anyway. And I wanted to save the transfer. I'm hoping he's going to be back very soon. So, and I didn't want to change because a lot of people will change from that and they'll have less United defenders. And then hopefully I can capitalise on that and have more United defenders. And hopefully United do better than City. So hopefully that's going to work out. I've just been looking next. I haven't been on for 2 weeks. Looking on FF stuff at my transfers from last month because I had some left. You just pull it up. So I had Foden in my team and obviously got injured. But I brought Bowen in for Foden for the fixture count. He's done okay. He's nothing special. He scored a couple of goals, didn't he, in one game? I think it was the Europa League.
Just could be hoping that Moisey got sacked, but
hey,
the hope with Bowen was because his fixture count is good. The hope was Moisey got sacked, and then he had that new manager bounce and got the best out of Bowen because he's just scraped through with a win against Fulham. It's tricky.
Yeah, 1-0, isn't it?
Yeah. Need to get rid of him. It's gone stale. Much as we've talked about Rodgers probably 2 or 3 months ago,
before they went on a little bit of a run, to be fair to Leicester, they did. Something's gone stale. Something's gone wrong. And I know it's in football. It's very short-lived now, isn't it? Like managers, but it's just the way it is. And I think you have to freshen things up probably more than what you usually would have.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because like Moyes got to the UEFA, not UEFA, it's the Europa League, innit? Semi-final last year. So did Rodgers. Got to the Europa Conference semi-final.
Yeah,
and then this year it's just they're still
pot.
in the Europa League, aren't they? West Ham, but yeah.
But they spent a lot of money as well, and when you get that money, and whether it's him who has picked the players or it's their investment team or whoever it might be, once you spend that much money, you're expected to challenge, and West Ham fans expect him to challenge.
Yeah.
And they're just not quite cutting it, have they, this year? They're poor. Very, very poor, to be fair. They've been shit.
Yeah. Like, I've only thrown him in because he's got those Europa Conference fixtures, really.
Oh, yeah.
You'd expect him to beat Ghent as well. Even though Ghent's
definitely
fourth in the Jupiler League, but it's Premier League team, really.
Yeah, explosive player, but we know what quality he has. And to be fair, you look through the whole West Ham team, they've got quality all over the pitch. They are, on paper, they're a quality side. I don't know that's why I always, manager, got to get rid. Something's not right. Something's not going on. They can't get the best out of them. And for everyone who put Bowen in, they'd have been loving Moisey to be sacked last week. Loving it, because that probably brought the best out of him. But we'll see. We'll see what comes up.
Yeah, and when Haaland was injured at the end of the month as well, I brought in Salah. I think he had a 2-0 over Haaland at the time.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so look at the points. Quickly pull it up. So De Gea got 5, Ake 0, Martinez and Wan-Bissaka got 8, Fernandes got 3, Bowen just an assist, De Bruyne 7 points, Mahrez nothing, Rashford 5, Salah 2 for missing a penalty, and Haaland 12.
Salah, what's he doing?
Crazy. He can't even hit the target from a penalty spot. That's 2 games. 2 games on the trot, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we'll touch on that a little bit, won't we? So you've used 3 transfers, Ben?
Yeah,
3 off the bat, mate?
Yeah.
Tony, Saka and Shaw out, Haaland, Mahrez and Ake in. Turning towards them City assets, obviously, with their huge fixture count, and obviously they're playing well, looking decent. Over to my side, which was already quite City heavy. But I made 2 transfers, Foden out. Obviously, his appendicitis, just couldn't write that. In my best team, I know I'm ranked 36 now, but in my best side, taking De Bruyne out, putting Foden in, who were on fire. De Bruyne was rested. And it's turned out, it's cost me so many points, that
Did you put him back in?
No, because I didn't have the transfers. That was my last transfer.
No, I mean in your best team for this month.
Did you put De Bruyne?
Yeah.
Yeah. De Bruyne straight back in, yeah. Obviously, I already had Grealish in that team because, well, I kind of got forced into the Grealish transfer. I'm not going to say I'm like some pioneer. But
ahead of the curve, mate.
Yeah, well, it seems so. And he's just been so bloody good. And it could be better, though, as well. As we discussed last week's pod, I don't know if you listened to it, Ben.
Yeah,
I was just saying about, with his goal, if you watch the replay, he stops because it's not his game to get in the box. He just doesn't seem to want to do it. But you play for Man City. Get in that box, you will score goals. On that left-hand side, get in there. And, well, whether he's going to continuously do it anyway. But, yeah, another goal and assist from Grealish, which is great going. Anyway, I brought Grealish in for Mitoma into my pod team. So, good swap. I don't want to get rid of Mitoma. Mitoma's been absolutely brilliant. He's another thing that I failed in my top side, which is a little bit annoying because I put him in most of my other teams. Just one of them that, it's just got away from me. So very heavy in this podcast team, City. Ederson 0, Diaz 0, Walker 0. Shaw did not play. Again, leaving Shaw in because I think he's very much a player that you want back. I didn't want to get stuck into that. You take him out, then I want him back because, I don't know, I've put in a Wan-Bissaka who now isn't playing the week after. So I just think I couldn't be arsed getting involved in that. So if I just leave him this week, let's see how it goes. Let's see how the injury news is. De Bruyne 7, Fernandes 3, Mahrez 0, Grealish. We have a lovely 15-pointer. Alvarez, who's been a little bit of another coup, I'd say, in a few of my teams. Again, not in my best side, but in my second best side. Brought him in for his 20-pointer the other week. He scored, so he got a 5-pointer this week. Haaland 12 points, Rashford 5 points. I'm glad I held back in a few of my teams with the transfers because of Rashford pulling up with his groin didn't look good. It pulled up straight away. It's usually one of them that probably looks like 1 or 2 weeks. Just by his reaction, looks like 1 or 2 weeks. It's not something that he just probably runs off and he's fit for the next game. So I can't see him playing against Sevilla midweek. Will he play next week? Doubt it. And he's going to put us Dream Team managers in a bit of a pickle, especially if Ten Hag comes out and says, well, yeah, he's getting better. It's not too serious, but we'll just wait and see on it. That's all you want to hear, isn't it? So we'll have to see with that one.
Yeah, he still hasn't come out and said anything about it. He said now we have to wait for Rashford. We have to see what it is and how bad it is. And we wait for 24, 36 hours and then we know more. That's what he said.
That's all we got. In your best Dutch accent.
Yes.
Well, that's the team gone through. Let's get over to the questions, shall we?
Let's do it.
Right. They're a bit small on that screen. Right. First up, as ever, DT Patrick. Can I justify keeping hold of Maddison for the rest of April? His price, Leicester's form, City next, and fixtures a problem. However, I need differentials and thinking new manager bounce plus good fixtures after City until May might be worth keeping the faith. Our Leicester correspondent here, Ben. Go on, God. Maddison.
Mate, I turned it off after like 30 minutes or whatever. I couldn't watch that anymore. I couldn't watch that at the weekend. It was shocking. Thank God they've got a manager now, eh? Dean Smith, Craig Shakespeare's back, and John Terry. Terry's
where have I been today? Have you got Dean Smith in?
Yeah, Dean Smith.
Get out.
Yeah, Dean Smith's been a mate till the end of the season. John Terry's come in with him and Craig Shakespeare, who used to be our manager and used to be assistant manager for Ranieri. And
Shakespeare during the glory times.
Yeah. So I'm quite buzzing with Shakespeare and John Terry coming in because I think that'd be quite cool. Players are be buzzing to work.
That's a fucking defend the set piece.
Hey?
They'd be able to defend the set piece.
Well, they've been doing all right from set pieces since the set piece coach came in from Denmark. I forgot his name now, but before that we didn't have a set piece coach and we were struggling last season and the year before. But we've been doing all right. But now we're getting run behind. We're too slow at the back now, and we can't keep up. We've got two slow centre halves. We need like Fofana was rapid when he was there. He just caught everyone. Ricardo's all right, but Ricardo's only just come back. So hopefully he'll stay in the team now.
That's it. When you've got sole centre-halves, you usually need that pace from your fullbacks to cover.
Yeah.
Don't you?
They're playing too high, mate. Way too high for two slow centre-backs.
You got to sit back a little bit.
Yeah.
Got to sit back.
Yeah. They've been caught out loads of times in the last few games with the offside trap.
Good manager, Dean Smith. Good manager, to be fair. Will he bring you on? I don't think he's going to.
It's a big ask, isn't it?
But I think he might get you survival.
Yeah, I'm quite positive about it. Looking at his stats in his career so far as a manager, he's done really well. Good manager. Obviously, Norwich, they started the season well, but they faded and then he got the sack, didn't he? But done well at Walsall. Walsall were 4th in League One when he left to go to Brentford. And then Brentford, he made a really attacking team.
Yeah.
And Thomas Frank took over from him. I think he was working under him at the time. He took over. And they were a top side in the Championship when he left to go to Villa. Villa is his boyhood club. Took Villa from low down in the Championship. I think they were 13.
He did very well with Villa.
Yeah,
very well.
Got him on an amazing run and got into the playoff final. Won the playoffs. Then he did well the next year in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And then he lost 5 in a row, and then they just sacked him.
Yeah, I think it was harsh when they sacked him. I think they had their eyes on Gerrard, and it was one of them.
Yeah.
Tough for him to take that. It's probably a Villa boy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got Norwich out of the relegation zone when he first went there, when he was in the Premier League. But it just, I think they lost. I think they only won 1 of the last 9. So then he fell back down into the relegation zone.
Yeah.
But Norwich, you didn't expect Norwich to stay up, really, do you?
No, that's the thing as well. Yeah. Good manager. I actually didn't know, Ben. I didn't know until you said that.
There you go. Breaking news. Breaking news.
I've been today. I watched the Rovers game earlier. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, it's getting painful. We're just trying our best to throw away a guaranteed playoff spot. So, yeah, I watched that, and then I'm watching the Championship games today, but I've not seen about the Dean Smith.
It's only been announced in the last 2 hours.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you are then. I've been sat in here for the last 2 hours. Working out how to put that little black ring background on behind me. They are.
Yeah. So, basically...
Anyway, on to Maddison.
We haven't even answered the question yet. Yeah, so basically, Patrick, I think it depends on how many transfers you got left. If you've only got like 2 transfers, I'd say sit on him just because he's going to be playing and he is explosive. I know it's Man City away. That's tough. But the fixtures after that are okay. I mean, Leicester's form's awful. But
Leicester have loved the game at Man City, haven't they? Over the years.
Yeah, I think there was one where Maddison scored a screamer and we won 5-2 there. But that was when we were decent. Maddison could turn it on again if he gets a bit of confidence. I mean, I'd love to play under John Terry. Like, he's a great player. When I loved him playing for England and that. But I think it'll give the team a buzz. Working with John Terry, Craig Shakespeare again. But yeah, I wouldn't personally try and keep Maddison if you had loads of transfers. You jump onto someone who's got 2 games. Yeah, but definitely. I could imagine Patrick's used a few already because he's quite notorious for using 5, and he's done well.
I've heard it on the grapevine. Yeah. He's only used 1.
That's brilliant.
But you never know.
So if he's only used 1,
then another 4 in.
Yeah. If he's only used 1, then he could possibly look for something else.
Yeah.
But if you want to send your team over to me on the Discord, I'll have a look at it for you and tell you what I think.
Yep, get it over. But I completely agree, Ben. I think it depends on how many transfers you've got. If you've not got many, it's not an urgent issue. So I'll probably just stick with him. But if you've got your quarter of 4, I think you might have Patrick, then yeah, look elsewhere. Look elsewhere, mate.
Yeah, it's just that it's Man City game next week, isn't it? But it's Wolves, Leeds, Everton, Fulham after that, so it's not too bad.
Yeah,
If the old Leicester comes back, they could win them games.
definitely.
Big if.
Hey, might be there. It just needs freshening up, mate. Freshening up. They've got the talent in that Leicester squad as well. Right, Coles 1993. 2 transfers left. Wanting to get in Salah for Rashford. Only got 0.3 in the bank. Would you sacrifice someone to make the funds and do 2 transfers? Or just swap him to a Jesus or Alvarez and use the 1?
You go on. You got to go first, too.
No, I was just going to say you can see his team there. I don't think wanting Salah's that. I wouldn't want Salah. I just struggle with it. I know, and yeah, but you're going to use your last 2 transfers to get him in.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Would you do that?
No, not for one fix. Like obviously, there's more fixtures, but not for a single game week. You know what I mean? Like it's because it's Forest after that, and then West Ham, which is Forest and West Ham is a double game week. But I wouldn't use my last 2 transfers because look at what's happened this week. Shaw, Rashford, they all could be out long term. We don't know.
It's massive.
Yeah. And imagine next week another 2 players get knocked, then he's stuck with 9 players.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just what's his front line? Rashford, Kane, and Haaland. What's wrong with that? Just stay on that. Nothing wrong with that.
He's thinking about the Rashford injury.
Yeah, if Rashford's injured, then we'll wait for the news on the weekend. I wouldn't go early unless he literally says. Ten Hag literally says he's out for 3 weeks or something. Then I just wait for the weekend. So
if Ten Hag says he's out for the week, right? So this is hypothetical now.
Yeah.
Would you do? So what he's saying is he don't have the funds to go Rashford to Salah.
Yeah.
So would you do 2 transfers, or would you do 2 transfers basically, drop another player to get Salah in with the funds, or would you just do 1 transfer and drop Rashford down to a Jesus or an Alvarez?
Yeah, I wouldn't do 2 transfers. Yeah, just use the 1. I don't mind Jesus. He looks like he's doing what he scored 3 goals in 2 games, and
looks
he's just
good.
come back.
Looks hungry.
Yeah,
looks hungry.
Looks all right. Obviously,
not just that, he looks fit as a fiddle as well. Like he's just come back from a long-term injury.
If you see his no-look pass, where he flicked it over Thiago's head, and then like done a crossfield ball, but looked away when he passed it.
No, I didn't see that.
Volleyed it. Yeah, it's brilliant. Jesus is a good shout. I'm not as so keen as Alvarez as you lot were last week on the pod. Just because of minutes. Because I'd rather have someone who's so Man City have got 8 fixtures at start of the month, and Kane, for example, has got 5. I think I'd still rather have Kane than Alvarez, just because I know Kane will play those 90 minutes every game. I know Tottenham haven't been great, but Kane's a talisman. He's on penalties. Alvarez will play 1 full game.
Stole a star man this weekend, didn't he?
Eh?
He stole a star man again this weekend.
Yeah, Kane got star man. Yeah. Say Alvarez will play 30 minutes here, 65 there. He'll probably got a good chance of scoring because he's playing for Man City, but I don't know. I'd just rather have Kane for now anyway. You could maybe put Alvarez in later in the year when, say, Man City get to the Champions League final, then you've got those extra transfers to jump off someone who's not playing anymore, like Kane. When the Premier League season finishes, you can jump across to Alvarez just to maximise your Man City.
Yeah,
so that's what I think.
Yeah, you can't be using 2 transfers to get Salah in, especially when we don't know the severity of the Rashford injury. Because, I mean, I'm just talking from just the way he pulled up. It looks 1 or 2 weeks. It might be nothing. It might be absolutely nothing, and he's just felt a little bit, and then gone, actually, it's fine. A little bit of an injection, and you're fine for the next game. He might be playing against Sevilla midweek.
I reckon he might play.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. We're only going off just a judgment of how he pulled up. It did look more serious than just a bit of nothing, but we don't know. We just don't know. And I wouldn't, even if he was injured for the Sevilla game or for the weekend, I wouldn't use 2 transfers, just the one. I wouldn't be trying to rearrange my team to get Salah in. 1 transfer would be enough. Like I say, there's some good options out there that only require the 1 transfer because you can leave yourself short. Right, touching on to Rashford is Walmart Stay from obvious one, best Rashford replacements, assuming you already have the template of Haaland and Kane. Just off the bat then, Ben, who would you replace him with? No, money, no object, obviously.
Well, this sounds daft now because I'm going to say Salah. 1 transfer, Salah, yeah. I'd get Salah in for those fixtures. Leeds, Forest, West Ham. But like you say, wouldn't use 2 transfers to get Salah in and then be out of transfers. If you've got loads of transfers left and you've got no money to worry about, Salah will be my man, I think. I just fancy him against Leeds, Forest and West Ham. They look very good defensively.
3 lovely fixtures there, isn't it? Completely agree. Salah. But I just wouldn't do 2 transfers to Salah. That 1 transfer is just pushing it too far because, especially when you say you're on your 3rd transfer, you need to save them. Best Rashford replacement, Salah. Where is Grealish now a must-have? I can't believe I'm saying them words. The talk was all about bringing in Mahrez in support of KDB, but Grealish on fire. Thoughts, lads? Well, I mean, I touched on it first because I've already said earlier in the pod is I didn't think I was like some sort of like pioneer who jumped onto Grealish early and was expecting such a flurry of form. So I won't try and blow smoke up your arse like that. But I do have him in quite a few sides now, and he's done well for me. He ticked along with 5s and 8s and 3s, and then he's just started to like do a few decent hauls now. Everyone's starting to take notice. Now, Wadey, I'd say, nah, don't go anywhere near him. Just like me having. Because it's getting quite close in these mini leagues. So, but yeah, he's doing well, Grealish, and at his price, he's nailed on that left hand side as well. Foden's out injured. Mahrez, well, obviously on the right, probably shared in minutes. I'd say with Alvarez. Grealish, who's going out and challenging Grealish on that left? 90 minutes a game, isn't he, Ben?
Yeah, looks like it, mate. I was looking into the points per game, and Grealish over the season only got 3 points per game at the moment, but and Mahrez is on 4.1 points per game. But then if you break it down to form, you're looking at the last 3 games. Grealish has got 8.3 points per game compared to Mahrez, he's got 2.7. The last 5 is 6.6 for Grealish and 3.6 for Mahrez. Looking at the last 5 games, Grealish has got 1 star man, 2 goals, 3 assists, and Mahrez has got 3 assists as well, but no goals, no star mans. Same amount of 7s as well, 4. So recent, but maybe he is essential at the moment, but maybe it's maybe. Maybe
shut the pod down. We just said Grealish is essential.
I said maybe.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't got him. I haven't got him in most of my good teams.
I hope he is essential.
But I went for historical instead of like form. So I picked Mahrez as my second Man City midfielder. And I don't regret it. I think
makes sense.
Tuesday and Wednesday nights are Champions League nights. That's what I say.
Yeah, I just put that somewhere. I think I've just put that in my fancy football hub blog, for the relay team, saying about Mahrez is essential for your Champions League nights. He loves it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get exactly why. I get exactly why everyone went Mahrez over Grealish. Is everyone regretting that? You can't regret it off one game. Let's see how it goes on the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, Mahrez is pretty much safe on that right-hand side. He will flip with Alvarez, I guess, and a little bit of Bernardo Silva, but he's pretty much safe out there now, especially for the Champions League. Interesting game against Bayern.
Yeah. Yeah. I was surprised to see Mahrez start the weekend, actually. I was thinking he wasn't going to start because he usually rests him before a Champions League game. He didn't, so...
I have expected to see Alvarez on there, but... I mean, it's one of them, but you never really know what's going on at City, do you? You don't know what's going on with the selection. We try our best, but it's always difficult. Right, just a quick one, Ben.
Yeah.
I think it's time for a toilet break. So I'd like to keep you in the mood. I'd like to play a bit of music because we're not bad. We're not bad here.
You got any house?
Well, I mean, you want me to tell me some house? Oh, I can't. It's a bit difficult now. I start delaying everything. But
go on, crack it on.
Here we go. Hello. Oh, well, that was a trip. We were trying to get a beer from the fridge. There was none left, so I had to go to the bar outside. I ended up standing in dog shit. Yeah, so it wasn't quite just the uneventful toilet trip I had hoped for, but
unbelievable. These people that don't pick up the dogs.
Do you know as well? It was only 2 hours ago. We got the kids had gone outside, and he said, "Oh, what about the dog shit?" I said, "Oh, it's all right. I picked it up, and there was no dog shit there." I've gone outside thinking my coast is clear. One of the dogs must have been out and done a shit.
Sure, it's not that cat from next door.
Oh no, that cat left. They left, got rid of next door. Thank fuck for that. Yeah. They went. Get this. They might be listening, but they said they're moving from Darwin because they keep building on the green belt. All right, where have they moved to? And they've moved to somewhere just to east of Wales, like on a new housing estate that's been built on a green belt. Where's your standards? So it's all right. Anyway, yeah, the cat's gone. I didn't have to kill it. Right, on from Grealish being a must-have. Matt Woolley is having already used 3 transfers. I still have both Rashford and Shaw, which is sweating. Awaiting news later in the week of likely return dates. Given it's not a short month, how long an injury or did not play on players I want back is it worth sitting on to avoid using the final April transfers? It's a tough one. It's a tough question, this, Ben. He's in a bit of a tricky situation. How would you play it?
So basically, he wants to know how long of an injury it has to be for him to make a transfer or to hold him.
Yeah, in a way.
Well, like you say, it's his last 2 transfers, and you want them players back for the rest of the season. So it's tricky. Because I don't know, like 2 weeks maybe. Is that too long? I mean, if he misses this, and misses next weekend as well, sure. And I mean, we're going to know more stuff by then, won't we? Well, surely there'll be more information. Basically, just play it by ear. If it's going to be like another 2 weeks, I think you're probably going to have to move them on. If they're going to miss another 4 games, you're probably going to have to move them on, and then look to bring at least Rashford back. But it's going to cost you 3 transfers at least, because I think Rashford's a must. I think you can get by without Shaw, but I think Rashford's a must. So it's going to be at least 3 transfers.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because if you've already used 3 transfers, you put it out, you've got 7 transfers left for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So taking both of them out leaves you with 5. And I think you probably definitely want Rashford back.
Yeah.
Sure, you could probably get away without. Although when he's playing for United, he's a very good source of all things that are good down United's left-hand side.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to miss the next week, the next week's games, meaning 2 games, I'd probably get rid. And then obviously I'd look at getting Rashford back at some point if he's fit before the end of the season. it puts you in a bit of a shitty position, to be honest, because you've already used your 3 transfers and you don't expect to have very quickly 2 dilemmas. But that is always the advantage of holding on to transfers. As you well know, Matt. Yeah, I mean, you don't need us to tell you that, but yeah, I wouldn't like to miss more than 2 games with a player. I'd say I'd give him a week, which is a double game week. I'd give Shaw the week just to hear something back on him. But if he's not fit for next week, he's probably got him my side. And then obviously Rashford, just wait on Rashford, and I think he's not fit for next week. Really do, but what am I? I don't know that much, but yeah, I give him a week. But Rashford, if you'd be more inclined to hold Rashford because you're definitely going to want him back. As soon as he hits United's side again, and if they've done well against Sevilla in those Europa League games, you're going to want him back. So obviously then there's the FA Cup as well. He's got United have Brighton. United have Brighton.
The FA Cup, yeah.
So it's a tough one, Matt.
I think.
Go on.
I was just going to say, looking at the fixtures, I think you could get away with another game week next week without bringing somebody in, because it's hardly anyone's got a double game week. It's the weekend after when there's a double game week in the Premier League, when everyone's got double game week, and then that's like you could be missing out on a lot of points there. That's the only problem. I think one game week. I know Man United's got a double game week, but like Rashford, who are you going to replace Rashford with? Really, you're only going to get a single game week player. You're not going to bring Havertz in because Havertz has got a single game week the week after, because they don't play on the weekend of the FA Cup. So it's only United, City, and West Ham players. So it's like you could get away with maybe one more week with Rashford just sat there. You just only miss one game then. I don't know. It's tricky. Like even with Shaw, you can just sit him in there. It's a 0-pointer for 1 week. But there's more options from defenders, isn't there? You can go to a Man City defender, you can go to another Man United defender. So, but then the week after, that's when the double game weeks are, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's say do we get away with one this week? Right, Aman. How did Ramsdale fail to get a 7 rating in the Liverpool game after making a last-minute point-blank save? It raises the idea of should there be save points in the game. I thought Ramsdale were pretty brilliant against Liverpool. I think he made some top saves. I was discussing it with the missus and kids about, because she was saying, what country does he play for? I was just saying, he's next England keeper, isn't he? After Pickford goes, he's pretty much nailed. I give him a hard time when he signed for Arsenal because I didn't really think that he was value for money. But I'm happy to just say I was wrong because I think they've invested well there in Ramsdale. Very good keeper. How he didn't get a 7 rating, well, we could say that about many a player, many a time, can't we, on Dream Team?
Yeah.
Save points for me, Aman. Yeah, I think that should be introduced. I do, because your keepers are very much isolated into anything they can get. If they concede, they lose the clean sheet. If they concede, they're probably not getting a 7 rating. So they're pretty much isolated in that department. Whereas, like you say, bring the save points in. If someone's been peppered all game and they've only conceded 1, at least then they're going to get a little bit of recognition for what they've just done.
He got a yellow card as well, so that would have been held against him.
Yeah, that yellow card with Tosh as well.
Yeah,
was that for time wasting that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember it was for time wasting. It wasn't even time wasting. Just looked to what the fuck?
He got a 6.93 rating, so he just missed out on the 7 rating. I'd love that if they introduced the save points. That'd be class. A bit like Sky. Is it like, I think it's, I can't know, it's either 3 or 5, I think I can't remember actually.
3 saves. 3 saves, is it?
3 saves for the first tier, and then it's 5 for the second tier. Yeah, that'd be good. Or even like half a point for each save, something like that. I think Fan Team does that. Half a point for a save.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, good idea.
Raya would be loving that, wouldn't he? Raya's saves everything. But he scored an own goal this weekend, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't really go on about Raya. It annoys me. It annoys me that Rovers let him go for 3 million.
I won't talk about him.
And it annoys me that William Hill would not let me get my bet on to say we're going to play for Spain. And now they're asking for 35 million for him. I think we've got a 15% sell-on clause for Rovers. I'm not too sure, but yeah, good keeper. DT Patrick's back. Everyone seems hot on Grealish now, but I don't want to follow the crowd. Is Matoma an equally viable option until the end of the season? Or is any other of similar value can't reach Mahrez with my budget? I think, Patrick, if you've got Matoma, I think he could pretty much be a keep. He's not somebody you need to tidy up. He's probably returning nearly every game. So unlucky this week. So unlucky. He's not scored. He's not assisted. Well, I think we've all heard about the Brighton, and we've all seen the videos of the Brighton treatment of the referees this weekend. So I won't get too disappointed with Matoma. If I had him, I'd keep him. If you could put Grealish in alongside him, happy days. I won't be trying to choose between them two. What do you reckon, Ben?
Yeah, I don't know if because he's got a big rival in his mini league, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think if he's put Grealish in, I think that's what he's worried about. But if Grealish is on form, you want the players who are on form. Mitoma's a great option as well, like you said. He's a decent option. He's got loads of fixtures coming up to be rearranged as well. He's got the FA Cup. But there's other options as well. There's other lads at Brighton. They've got Solly March, 4.3 million. Alexis McAllister, 3.5. He's on penalties as well, set pieces. March is on corners and stuff like that. So quite interesting. Odegaard could be an option as well around that price, 3.9 million. But yeah, there is quite a few options there. But yeah, I would like to get Grealish in if you could. But Mitoma's great as well. So if you want to go different from your rival, go Mitoma, yeah?
Yeah. I'm just thinking a lot this month is City United maximising fixtures. Don't try and play it too different, I'd say, this month, because you could lose a hell of a lot of points trying to play it different. I'd say play it steady, play the fixtures, play the majority of fixtures, which is City and United at the minute. And when we hit May, depending on obviously the Champions League fixtures, Europa League fixtures, and other things, the fixture spread is going to be quite even. And then that is when you can pick and choose then. That is when you can go, do you know what? I'd have Ollie Watkins at Villa because he's got 4 games and Rashford at United's only got 4 games. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can try and go different and try and attack them mini league wins or try to climb higher in your league. So I think this is a big month to pretty much play it steady. Play it steady, I'd say. But Patrick, do you think Salah will remain on pens I pretty much expect so. I can't see him taking him off penalties. Can you, Ben?
Can't think of who would take him apart from him. Trent's in the bad books, isn't he?
I bet there's loads in the squad that fancy it, but
yeah,
I just can't see him upsetting him like that.
Mm.
He's probably in his contract.
Yeah, probably because they gave him a big contract, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. So, yeah,
I was at the Riverside when England were playing Romania before the Euros, and Henderson took a penalty for England. It was shocking. Shocking. Yeah. So I can't see him taking them.
You was at the Riverside for the Middlesbrough-Burnley game the other night, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Good game. Burnley won.
Yeah.
Got Croatia now, haven't they?
You let them win, mate. What's all that about?
Hey, what about... Are you not seeing the score?
I thought we were brothers.
I'm not a Borough fan.
I thought we were brothers.
We'll probably be playing in Championship next year anyway. Leicester.
Okay. Yeah, I probably will.
I was going to say, you seen Burnley's winning tonight against Sheffield United? Your face just dropped there.
Honestly, mate, I'm not watching.
Nearly there, nearly champions.
Yeah. They're on about the cheeky bastards on about, they get a guard of honour at Ewood Park. Absolutely fucking no chance. Saying if they're champions, by the time they come down to Ewood Park, they get a guard of honour. There'll be riots.
There would be, wouldn't there? Yeah.
There's absolutely no chance around that. No chance.
Fierce rivalry, innit?
It is. Little girl. Obviously, I took kids to the last game against Norwich. Little girl said, "I want to come to a Burnley game." So why do you want to come to a Burnley game? She said, "Because I've heard it's really good." I said, "So you won't come to a Burnley game until you're 18 at least." I said, honestly, I said to the little lad as well, I said, put your football, you'd be scared. It's horrible. In a good way. I love it. But yeah, it's a very fierce rivalry. But we're only two small teams in East Lancashire. But yeah, it's very good. To be fair, and I'll say this as well, pains me to say it, but they have been the best side in Championship.
Yeah.
They have, by far.
Yeah.
And that hurts. But I think we've done really well this year. We spent nothing. They spent 40 million. And I don't know if anybody watches on Sky Sports today. We had 81% possession against Huddersfield today. 21 attempts on goal. We should have scored 7 or 8. I can't even believe how unlucky one team can be. Being a Rovers fan and an England fan is like absolute torture. 2-0. I mean, we're 2-0 down, to be fair, so point, happy days, but fucking hell. Honestly. And especially against Norwich when I took kids down as well. And I'm like, they're both banned. I said they're both banned. I banned little girl first. She's first Joan off the list. Because that's 2 games they've been to. We conceded 3, scored 0. Bradley Dack missed a penalty in the first game that they'd said. And we were all over Norwich. Honestly, all over them. The ball were bouncing around that line about 5 times on the line. No one to finish it off. So anyway, little girl's not coming. So I've sacked her off. Little lad's coming to the whole game this weekend, which is another big game for Rovers. Hopefully that changes our luck. He gets to see a goal at least. Fucking it. Even if we get Dick 6-1, just give us a goal. But yeah, anyway, that digressing. Is Salon
Welcome to the Dream Team Tonic Blackburn pod.
Yeah, I know. Let's have a rant. Do love the Championship, though. Do love the Championship. Great league. Great league. Right, Adam Jenko. Someone tells me that Adam Jenko, you need to sign up patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic, because you sent in a big RMT. And yeah, we a lot of times like it takes so much looking after and looking over that we afford that time to the people that support us and stuff. So we're going to have a look at your team. We know obviously you're sat there in fourth. You're in fifth, and you're 12 points off fourth. So you've got a good side: De Gea, Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Fernandes, Grealish, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Haaland, Rashford, Jesus. Obviously, you're up against 4 other teams. For me, you've got a good side, apart from Jesus, who's probably going to lack in a little bit of fixtures compared to the other players, but he's not someone that I would say is urgently needed to get out. In comparison to the other teams, it's going to be tricky because there's going to be a lot of similarities. What do you reckon, Ben?
Well, he says there he's used 4 transfers already, yeah?
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm there like that. Oh, it's small, that. Yes, 4 subs. Right, 4 subs already, and Rashford's possibly injured.
Yeah. Do I go to Salah or a defender? I just wait till the last minute and see what's going on with Rashford, because I really won't want to take him out yet, just because you might need him back. He might be back before the end of the month. Still 3 game weeks to go, so just wait and see. I think, and Salah's only got a single game week next week. Yeah, he could get 13 points, but you want Rashford to the end of the season.
Yeah,
it's a tricky one. Then you literally, Jenko, you've only got 5 transfers next month, and the one this month you've got 6 left. So you don't really want to be ripping Rashford out your team. So it's just wait and see, really. It's tricky.
Yeah, don't be premature with it.
Yeah.
Again, Adam, sign up to the patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic and drop us a DM. DM available anytime. And yeah.
Cheaper than a coffee.
Cheaper than coffee. Get it on the spot. Get the advice on the spot. Like there'd be no delay then. No having to wait for a podcast. Yeah, you could just have your questions answered straight away. But yeah, cheers for getting in touch, mate.
Loads of managers on the Discord as well that help you out if you put your team in the transfer suggestions.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the Discord we've got 5 teams in the top 100.
Yeah. 5 teams in there now.
It's not bad. We've got some very, very good managers in there, and they all pass information on. They're not in it for themselves, and that you ask for a bit of advice, you'll get some good advice. They're a good group of lads. We all try and help each other. So if you fancy getting involved in that, Adam, and the rest of you who listen on the YouTube, then you know the link, patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic. Get involved. Obviously, it's late on in the season. We're gonna have some big things happening over the summer in regards to the start of next season. So keep your eyes out for that. Yeah. Right. The league tables, Ben.
Yeah.
The Dream Team Tonic Cash League 2023. Would you like to have a read out of that, mate?
Yeah. So we got in 10th place, Tom Brindley. In 9th place, I've just put there. In 9th place, Mark Tavares. 8th place, Andy Allop. In 7th place, Tom Brindley. In 6th place, Stephen Williams. In 5th place, Tom Brindley.
No, he's filling up. No, he's got too many teams in there. Kicking
Flying. In 4th place, Andy Allop. 3rd place, Tom Brindley. 2nd place, our very own Anthony Sutcliffe.
Right.
And Top of the shot, Simon Davies.
Yeah, playing well. Yeah, I'm only upset because Brindley's getting too close to me. Kick him out.
9 points.
Yeah.
8 points.
Do you know, honestly, that's Matoma. But we've not covered it, actually. I meant to discuss this earlier. But how's your luck when you said, you what, I'm going to leave Ivan Toney in this week. He scores. Oh, beautiful, he scored. 4 minutes later. Oh no, he hasn't scored. Disallowed. Oh, but hold on. He's got a penalty. Get in, come on. Redeem yourself, son. Misses it. Misses the penalty. -3! What's occurring? Anyway, he did go on to score. He got 5 points. But it should have been a hat-trick. You Kane lovers. You Kane holders. Yeah. Lucky bastards. That's all I say. Kane rags a goal and gets Storman when Brighton should have been 6-1 up. Anyway, other than that, we're on to the next league.
Hey, Tony, it's the first time he's missed a penalty in 5 years as well.
What, Ivan Toney?
Ivan Toney, yeah, first time he's missed a penalty in 5 years.
Fair. Yeah, well, there you are.
I thought if anyone's going to save it, it's going to be Pope, though, isn't it? When I was listening to it on the radio, I was thinking, Pope's got a good chance.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would save it, but he did.
Easter weekend, weren't it?
Jesus scores and Pope saves a penalty.
Yeah. Jesus scores, Pope saves it. Prick. Anyway, right, DT Tonic Patreon League. Let's have a read of this. In 10th, Stephen Broughton. 9th, Jake Bevan. 8th, Nicholas Stephen. 7th, Anthony Sutcliffe. 6th, Amandeep Tatler. 5th, Mark McKee. 4th, Wayne Foster Crouch. 3rd, Tom Brindley. Boo. 2nd, Lee Ooting. Boo. And 1st, top of the shop. Fair play to you, mate. John Mellier. He's been up there all season. He'll go on and win it, mate. Definitely. And over to the Second Chance League. There's a lot of Brindleys on this as well. To be fair, not as many Sutcliffes. Right. Do you have a read of this, Ben?
Yep. So we got in 10th place, Anthony Sutcliffe. 9th place, Andrew Tweddle. Joint 7th, we've got our very own Anthony Sutcliffe and James Fricker. Is he copying your team? I hope you're well, James.
Yeah, get well soon, James. Bastard.
In 5th place, joint 5th place, we've got Tom Brindley and me, Ben Lee. 4th place, Stephen Holt. 3rd place, Tom Brindley. 2nd place, Jamie Curry. And top of the shot, Drinking Tonic's very own Anthony Sutcliffe.
Boom! Come on. At least I'm at top of one of them. Anyway, just a reason for no James. Obviously, we announced on the podcast quite a few months ago that James was leaving to go to live in Venezuela. And obviously this weekend was his goodbye trip to see his family. So that's the reason he's not on the pod this weekend. But he'll be back on the pods. Don't worry, he'll be podding from Venezuela. we'll be there pissing down rain and snow. I'll be there in lovely sunshine. But yeah, he will still be podding and we'll still get the insight. So yeah, just going to miss out on this week. We'll get it next week. Go down. for a leaving do. So, yeah, all good. Enjoyed having your company, Ben.
And you, mate. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back, mate. Big month ahead. Obviously, we will have a nice big catch up next week, won't we? All three of us, I presume. So, yeah, cheers everyone that supports us and has supported us all season. It's a long season. I know people do grow tired of it, especially if they're not doing so well. But we've got a great group going on the Discord, great group of patrons, and great group of people who speak to us and get in touch and show their support. So we're forever grateful. It's so nice to have your support. So yeah, just big thanks to all of you. Yeah, that's all I'll say. So we'll see you next week.
Yep, see you next week. Cheers, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell.
5 stars.
Yo.